Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another action movie night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Blade, released in 1998, directed by Stephen Norrington, and written by David S. Goyer. Starring Wesley Snipes, Stephen Dorff, Kris Kristofferson, Wright, Donal Logue, Udo Kier, Traci Lords, Arly Jover, Guinee, and Sanaa Lathan. Now, Blade is based on the Marvel character that was designed in 1973 by writer Marv Wolfman and artist Gene Colan. And he made his debut in The Tomb of Dracula, number 10. Now, since then, Blade has become a very popular Marvel character. Now, fun fact with this film, even though there were other Marvel films released prior to this, such as Howard the Duck, Captain America, and The Punisher, this was the first one. It had the full support of Marvel making this film. And it shows. This is a very well done film, very well directed by Stephen Norrington, very well written by David S. Goyer, even though he did kind of change the way that Blade was in the comics to the screen. It still works, in my opinion. Wesley Snipes is great as Eric Brooks / Blade, and his just coolest factor of playing this character and how badass he is with the sword play and the martial arts skills. Wesley Snipes is a total badass as far as his skills. So him getting a chance to show that in this film was excellent. And his villain that he has to face in this, Stephen Dorff, as Deacon Frost, is a great, great villain. He is so cool in the way that he performs as this character. It really perplexes me how, after this film, Stephen Dorff didn't go on to become bigger after this, because he is so great in this as this Deacon Frost character. The scenes that he has with Wesley Snipes, they have such a great repertoire against each other that it is really, really a fun film because of the performances. And of course, there's Kris Kristofferson as Abraham Whistler. And man, that was pretty perfect casting there. Even though that wasn't who Stephen Norrington was wanting to play this role originally, as he was wanting Patrick McGowan to play the role, and that would have been cool too. But I think Kris Kristofferson really steps up in this thing and plays a great Abraham Whistler. Just the way he talks and just the way he looks as this character is badass. Wright as Karen Jensen, the doctor character that meets Blade in this, she is so good. I really, really loved her character. I think she did a great job in this film, and it's a shame that that character was never brought back in any future films in the series, because, I mean, Wright does an excellent job performing this character. She is so likable, and she's so believable as this character. You just absolutely start to love her in this film. And you don't want anything bad to happen to her. So when Blade saves her, you're relieved because you actually like her character and you really enjoy her portrayal. So great performance there. She gets you behind her, and that's what a great actress is supposed to do. Then you have Donal Logue as the main henchman to Deacon Frost, Quinn. And this was the first thing I saw Donal Logue in, and he is incredible in this. He is annoying, but he is annoying in a fun way. You just can't wait to see what he's going to say the next time he encounters Blade, because every time he encounters Blade, he pretty much loses a body part or gets messed up pretty bad. So, I really enjoyed his performance. Udo Kier as Dragon Eddie. I've never really been that big of a fan of Udo Kier. I know he's considered a legend in this industry. And I don't really hate his performances, but it's just hard to understand what he's saying when he's playing characters, because his English, even though he's been working in some movies for a while at this point, it didn't improve. So he's really hard to understand some of his dialogue sometimes. And that kind of just takes me out of the character of Dragon Eddie. I think they should have cast someone along the lines of someone like Rutger Hauer or somebody like that to play that role, and that would have been a lot better in there. Traci Lords makes a pretty small appearance in this as a character named Raquel early in the film, and it's a really cool performance, and it really sets up the vampires in a really cool way. I really liked her performance while she was on screen. But she runs afoul of Blade, and that's not going to end well with anybody. Unless you're Deacon Frost, and then you're going to do pretty well against him. Tim Guinee plays Dr. Curtis Webb in here, and ironically, he would also play in another vampire film, John Carpenter's Vampires, in which he played an even bigger role than he played in this. But he was pretty good as this doctor character until Quinn gets a hold of him, and he's turned into more of a zombie-like creature and ends up attacking Karen as a character. And the character of Vanessa Brooks, Blade's mother, she resurfaces later on, played by Sanaa Lathan, and I don't know why they had to put her in there. It was supposed to be like a big twist that she's still alive because he thought she was dead. But then she pops up and she's working alongside Deacon Frost and everything. And it's just, I don't think it was necessary in the story, but I don't think it hurts it too bad, you know. But that reveal just didn't work for me in this film. But overall, I think this is, you know, everyone says Iron Man was the film that kickstarts the Marvel Cinematic Universe. To me, even though this was not connected to that, to me, this is the one that started Marvel on a big hit trend. And if it wasn't for this film, you would have never gotten films like Iron Man or the X-Men films and everything like that. So this film really set the bar for future Marvel films. So my final review of Blade from 1998, I am going to give this film a 9.4 out of 10. This is a damn good vampire film, even though the vampires do have something that is a pet peeve of mine for vampire films, and they don't have any hypnotic abilities. So that just... And this is the film that's kind of started that trend. This and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I don't know why you would do that. Make a vampire film without hypnotic villains. The vampires don't have any hypnotic abilities at all. So, but other than that, this was great. But what do you guys think of Blade from 1998? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And, as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. Well, that's it for another action movie night. If you missed last week's action movie night, check out the link above to get caught up on that one. And if you've missed any other videos, check out this down here where you can watch a playlist of any of our action movie nights that you have missed.